Café and Networking Podcast promotes successful business owners and business experts throughout the world. I'm Tom Reaoch, known as the King of Networking, connecting people from my unique communication lab in Brazil. Today we talk with Nicky Billou, and he's joining us from Toronto, Canada. Nicky Billou is the president and CEO of eCircle Academy. He's also the #1 international best-selling author of the book, Finish Line Thinking: How to Think and Win Like a Champion. He's the podcast host of The Thought Leader Revolution. So, Nicky, share some of your tips on networking and personal branding for business professionals.
So, Tom, first and foremost, thank you so much for having me on the show. It's an honor to be here. I really appreciate the opportunity to come and spend some time and visit with you and have a great conversation.
Our pleasure.
So, secondly, that's a really, really great question. And I want to preface it by sharing a bit of a story with you. Mm-hmm. So I'm originally a Christian immigrant from Iran, which is a overwhelmingly majority Muslim country in the Middle East. And in the late 70s, there was a Islamic revolution in my country. And my late father, God rest his soul, he was a Farsi man. He saw that, you know what, this is not going to be a great place for me to raise my family anymore. So we need to get out of there. We need to go to the West where people are freer and there's going to be more opportunities for me and my kids. Mm-hmm. And I thank God every day for my father's foresight to get to live in a free society. And there's a lot of people these days all over the world, including in your own country where you're living now, Brazil, that are saying, oh my God, there's so much intolerance and hate and this and that and the other. And I just want to say that they don't know what they're talking about because, you know, when I was 11 years old in the Middle East, someone threw a Molotov cocktail through my window with a note on it that said, die Ashuri scum, you know, die Christian scum. So, you know, this is the most tolerant country on earth. I shouldn't even say country, but region on earth. The Western Hemisphere is the most tolerant region on earth, and people are lucky to be here. And that really is the first thing. You are lucky. You can go make connections with people, and you don't need to worry, oh my God, is something going to happen? They're going to report me to the police. Am I going to have my family taken away in the middle of the night, right? And that's no small thing. So people need to understand that if you
and to be more precise, you're speaking not only of Canada, which is that way, but Toronto is actually a very welcoming city. I've been there many times, know many people there, and it's exactly that.
Wonderful.
And it's great.
It's true. And the same is true for Brazil. The same is true for the United States, for the United Kingdom. This is the Western Hemisphere, and we all need to be very, very grateful, I believe, that we get to live in a free society here in Canada, but in free societies with an ethos of freedom, of democracy all over this part of the world. So secondly is, because you have these opportunities in these types of societies, like the ones that you and I live in, you need to understand that business is at the fundamental core of it, a people game. It's not a numbers game. A lot of people say business is a numbers game. I disagree vehemently. My late father, he was all about uplifting people. Mm-hmm. This is a man who ways to give people chances in business. This is a man who, because he was successful, was able to be generous with people. He would buy people houses, cars, and apartments. And you go to yourself, did I hear that right? Yeah, you did. He bought people houses, cars, and apartments. And you might go, why would he do that? Well, first of all, he was a Christian. He was a generous man, and he believed that because much was given to him, he had a responsibility to give much to others.
Give and ye shall receive.
Give and you shall receive. Exactly. But secondly, he did it because he could. You know what I'm saying? Because of his people ethos, he was able to help people. And what you got to understand is if you want to be an effective networker, you got to be a giver first.
Right.
To be an effective networker, it's all about being a giver, right? And if you're going in there going, what am I going to get? How many referrals am I going to get? Are they going to give me business? Well, people can smell that a mile away. We call that commission breath, right? You got like commission breath going on over there. Nobody wants that. And if you're a good person, you don't want to come across that way. But then maybe you have an issue. You go, well, how am I going to be effective at growing my business? I don't want to come across with commission breath, pushy, or any of those things. And I say, that's a great question. Well, the first thing you got to do is you got to reframe what you think about from selling to serving. And it's not as simple as me telling you that, But really, nobody wants to be sold, but everybody wants to buy. Everybody wants a caring advocate.
Everybody wants to be bought in that sense. They want to be found today.
Exactly. So, if I come to you and I go to you, hey, Tom, how are you, man? Listen, what are you dealing with these days? What do you need help with? And you tell me, I don't know, I need to meet 10 people who are CEOs of manufacturing concerns, as an example, right? Like, okay, well, I know a couple CEOs of manufacturing concerns. Let me introduce you to a couple. You know what I'm saying? Right. If I do that for you, and you go, oh, thanks, Nicky, that was really great, right? And there'll be a time where I may need something,
right? And
I can come to you and I go, hey, Tom, I need your help. And you're going to go, what do you need? Instead of like, I don't want to take this guy's call. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you want to be found, and we do, when you are found, you have to take the call. In the old days when people used a telephone, we were waiting for the telephone to ring. There's no telephone anymore, and it doesn't ring, but people can find you. So if it is a message, if it is a LinkedIn message, if it is whatever, you need to respond, I think. And my focus in networking is I hope to create allies. My connections are allies, and I consider myself as you are. We are an army of one, and when you are an army of one, you need a lot of allies. And it's back to what you said: "Give and ye shall receive." That's it. Very simple, but sometimes complicated for people to understand that, because everybody wants to know what's your bottom line, right?
Everybody does want to know what your bottom line is. Absolutely true. I wrote a book about a year and a half ago called The Power of Connecting: How to Activate Profitable Relationships by Serving Your Network. I had a co-author. His name's Kai Bjorn. He's the president and owner of BNI Canada. Mm-hmm. And BNI is the world's largest referral networking organization. And that book is all about how to leverage your connections in your network to grow a profitable business. And honestly, for me, the first thing I say to anybody who's in business is, who do you already know? Mm-hmm. Who is it that is already in your network? Because your network, as it is currently constituted, is truly your net worth.
That's true.
The worth of the people you know. I mean, these are all someone's son, someone's daughter, someone's father, someone's mother, someone's husband, someone's wife. They all have issues that they're dealing with in their life, and if you go and you step forward and you have a desire to get to know them and understand what the issues are they're dealing with and be of service, and if you can actually solve it, offer to solve it, that's how you become successful. I mean, inside my business, I solve two unique problems for people. The first problem I solve is if you're a business owner and you're not making enough money and you're a good person and you're like, oh my God, how do I become good at generating business, at selling without giving up my soul, without becoming one of those slimy salespeople? Well, I got a good solution for you. I can help you do that. I can help you have the heart of a heart-driven person come from wanting to make a difference for somebody and make a lot of money at the same time, because you deserve to make a lot of money. God put you on this earth to make money and be able to help the people around you. So that's one problem I solve. Right. The second problem I solve is maybe you work too hard. Maybe you just have no time and you're burning out. You make plenty of money, but you're burning out. So I show people that are in that space, hey, you don't need to reduce your income, but you can reduce the number of hours you work and you can avoid burnout. Those are really good messages.
Right.
Those are really good problems to solve. I don't mean the problems are good, but I mean it's good to have those types of problems to be able to solve. And really, if you're in business, the first thing you got to understand is you are in business to solve problems for people at a profit. That's the whole point of business.
That's it.
And if you're in business, that's it. If you're in business and you want to become successful, you got to get really interested in people. You got to understand what problems they have, and you got to get clear on how you can solve them. And then you got to get really good at having conversations with them where you can establish rapport, understand those problems yourself, but also help them understand the consequence of those problems and the consequence of not solving those problems. Because if you can do that, you are going to be successful. But if you are too scared, then here's what's going to happen. Somebody else who isn't scared, right, who is maybe a bit of a charlatan, is going to go out there. They're going to get that business because they're not scared, and they're just going to go for it, and they're good at selling the sizzle. And that's bad because they're not going to deliver. And the client there is going to still have that problem. They're going to lose faith in people a little bit because one more person didn't deliver for them, ripped them off. Bad for you because you don't make money and you don't get to fulfill your purpose. So I'm really passionate about helping good people.
And now it's back to the point
never
you
be in that trap.
made back there. You need to get to know what you said. Know the people you already know. But many times we think we know the people we know, and we really don't know. We have to dig in.
No.
We have to ask. We're acquaintances. We've seen them. We might bump into them daily, but we don't know about them. We don't know what their drivers are. And I see that many times. We sit next to people, and you can be exactly an arm's length from somebody. All you have to do is introduce yourself. And I said the secret is my network grows through people I've never met that I don't know. My reputation grows from people I already know. So if it is a numbers game in that. I need to know more people. I want to know more people. And as you and I both do, podcasting has become a way of knowing more people and helping those people know more about us. Very simple equation. Well, anyway, Nicky, I want to thank you. We're coming to the end of our time. Where can our listeners find more about you?
So number one is my main website's eCircleacademy.com. Mm-hmm. So go over there if you're a business owner and right now you want to have a conversation about how to take your business to another level. There's a button there that says book a success call. So you can click on that button and we'll have a phone call and it's absolutely complimentary. There's no charge for it. And the second way, honestly, is just go Google Nicky Billou, NickeyBillou, anywhere on Google. Or DuckDuckGo or Brave or whatever browser you happen to use, and then go over there and look me up. You can go and see all the books that I've written. You can go find my social medias and all that jazz. But honestly, if you're a business owner and you're looking to grow your network and you're looking to grow your business,
right,
the best thing to do is go click on that button and book that call. Very
good. Well, thanks for sharing your time with us and our audience.
Tom, thanks for having me on. It was an honor to be here.
And for our audience, again, it's Nicky Billou. It's Nicky, and the last name is Billou. Billou. You find him everywhere, but specifically eCircleacademy.com and also on LinkedIn. Café and Networking is brought to us by Focus MI Market Intelligence, an agricultural market research specialist in Brazil. More information at focusmi.com. Thanks for listening until the next time here at Café and Networking Podcast.